So, hello friends. I, Dr. Ritesh Shah, welcome you all again in one more episode of ISCCM Vodcast, Indian Society of Critical Care Medicine. Today's topic is bit, kind of, I would say, is it scientific or non-scientific? I would say it's a base of, scientific session. So for that, I invite, along with my co-host, Dr. Raymond, Savio, and Dr. Reshu Gupta, I invite the expert, Dr. Rajesh Mishra. And who doesn't know Dr. Rajesh Mishra? All of us, we know, is a known, well-renowned faculty in the field of critical care in India and abroad, and is the past president of Indian Society of Critical Care Medicine. And one of the most important introduction, I would say, he is having an immense experience of organizing a grand, successful conferences. So, hello, good evening, Dr. Mishra.
Thank you.
Thank you for agreeing to this kind of so-called non-scientific but very very important topic. So we'll start without wasting much time. I'll hand over to Dr. Reshu to start the session. Thank you.
So welcome, Dr. Mishra. And since we have taken this topic, so at the outset, I request you to first tell us what first comes to your mind when you are about to prepare for a conference, or you want to organize a conference, and what are the steps you just immediately you list it out once when you are preparing for a conference?
So, when I start doing any conference, maybe it is a small, big, larger, international, any level, the first thing I write, why I am doing conference, what is the purpose, what is the goal of doing conference, what I want to achieve from that. I want to educate, I want to do it for name and fame of the society, or I want to show the strength of the society. So it all depends upon who is doing conference, but our purpose should be defined very clearly. What is the purpose? Once my purpose is defined, the first thing I do, I block the place where I want to do the conference. Because particularly this is very important for national and international conference, that to get good venue, you need to block well in advance. And one of the commonest mistake is done in industry, the moment you block the date, you don't disclose the date till you have completely achieved what you want to, like you have blocked the number of rooms you have need. That's why you should be pre-decided how many numbers of room, how many nights you need, what you need in venue. Because the moment you declare, the price for the rooms escalates, and that cost a lot to the delegate, cost a lot to the society.
So how
I'm not done.
How early in advance?
How long? So it all depends upon how. Suppose it's a national conference, I think at least 1 year is needed. If it's an international event, sometime 1.5 years needed. If I'm doing at a state level where 300, 400, 500 people are going to come, maybe 4 months, 5 months. Branch level activity, a month. It all depends upon if it's like small. But yes, for national conference, these planning. Another very important, that key faculties you have to decide, because the moment you go for national and international faculties, most of the time they have slot book 1 year in advance. So if you do not book your important faculties, maybe it is national and international, 1 year in advance, it may be likely that you may miss some of the good faculties. So the first thing is to decide purpose, why you want to do. Block your venue with rooms. That means you should be knowing how much you need. And third important thing is to block your faculties. And when we talk about goal, the goal should be not only goal, but theme also defined, because theme decide what are the topics you are going to select in future, in total for the conference. These are some corrects which are essential 1 year advance to be done.
So you can block the faculty 1 year advance. Like, do you find any difficulty in doing that? Because many of the faculty may be just saying, how can I tell you?
In fact, for the most of the renowned and well-placed faculties, if you don't block 1 year in advance, you delay, you may not get them.
Okay.
And this multiple time I had experienced, even you are doing at a smaller level, but suppose if you want to call 2-3 important international faculties, you will not get them if you don't block. Even at national level, some of the important faculty, if you call them 3 months, 4 months in advance, you may not get date. Nowadays, because all these senior people, one time they cover only one event, they don't cover multiple events. So that's another reason you need to block them full.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of summarizes the preparedness, isn't it? I remember, in fact, I've had personal experiences with Dr. Rajesh, booking his faculty at least years in advance, where, like you rightly pointed, Reshu, like you won't know, but then that's how it works. You need to mark your calendars and work towards it anyway. So that was good. But fine, now that you've decided on the theme, the faculty, the venue, and all that, how do you market your conference, Dr. Rajesh? Because I think that's the most important part. Because I think one important aspect of the success is how many people come and how full your halls are. So, how do you market it? And also, how do you get ready for the subsequent logistic challenges?
So before marketing, I was involved in two very important event as a like doing a lot of things like in Hyderabad and in Indore. So Hyderabad and Indore, Hyderabad, I was lucky that I could get scientific program well in advance, well placed. So if we see the conference as a model, where conference is a product. Our society is a face of our society. The leadership is a temporary stakeholder but third party service provider of that product. And all the audience or delegate is a buyer or the beneficiary of that conference. If you seek that model, because if you're talking about business, you have to look this like as a business. You cannot separate the things from business. So the foremost important thing, what you are going to market. So your product is good faculties, good venue, and then scientific program. Conference is not only nowadays scientific program. I give scientific program 25% credit. 75% there are other things which has to be done. Most of the people now come for networking. They don't meet for a year. That's the only place where they want to meet, greet, and keep updated about each other. So we have to give a complete platform of the mix of the good scientific feast, good food for India is very important, good venue, good entertainment, and ensuring that despite all these things, scientific content remains good. So everything you have to market. Now, there are ways to market. Like when we were doing in Hyderabad, we had 4 ways to market the conference. One was the personal communication, which we did one-to-one. Second, we contacted all the medical colleges in person. Hyderabad one conference where 40% registration. It was the maximum registration in the history of ISCCM Congress. Nobody has touched 3,500 in reality, in physical.
5,000.
3,500.
3,500.
Nobody has touched in reality that number so far. The advantage was that we got 1,500 registration first time. They were not member and they came first time to the conference. That could happen only because we marketed this in each of the medical colleges. We reached to each head of department. The first time we used social media in form of paid promotion. So we did for all intensivists, anesthetists. So we have to target our audience. We are targeting trainee, anesthetists, pulmonologists, physician, everybody. And those messages should read that we are doing something like that. But you have to highlight each year your wow factor. How upcoming Congress will add on some value in comparison to last 2-3 years. If same thing you are repeating, nobody's going to buy. Nobody's going to take anything which is being repeated and copied and pasted. That means the quality of your speakers become very important. Look, no, ISCCM is a production house as an organization. You need a good director who direct, because all these faculties are a actor and actresses. Your other part is support staff. How the actor will perform, it depends upon director. And as long as you do not become specific and precise, actor will do what they want, then things become chaotic. That means the control should come from top for everything. Like in Indore, we even told each and every speaker, maybe it is workshop, maybe it is congress, we had personal meeting, what not to do. So each and everything important, and learning from previous congress is also very important. For me, I will not take name, but I had 2 conferences to learn a lot from before I organized my own, before Hyderabad also and before Indore also. And those learning helped me to improvise a lot. And that's why in both the conferences, we had such a stupendous feedback from the delegate, which was like unbelievable. So you have to make a make it product checklist and highlight that. Like if you are doing something new, if you are not giving lunch, highlight that. If you are making the things, you are merging something, you highlight that. You are reducing number of halls, why you are doing it like. You highlight what delegates it. Now look, it is not the condition like 5-10 years before, where knowledge was contained with you. Now knowledge is available just in one click. Why somebody is going to spend up to 1 lakh? If you want to attend a national conference in well place, you spend around 1 lakh rupees average for 3-4 days stay, travel, registration for national level conference. Why and then you give 5 days of your time. So you have to think in that direction. Why a delegate will spend 5 days for you? What extra he is going to achieve in 5 days? Are you going to respect the timing of delegate? If we think in that direction, we start getting better and improvise. Yeah, Reshu, sorry, you are asking something. I spoke a lot.
No, it's okay that you're sharing your experiences, and that is very nice. Now, I was just asking regarding the registrations, what you had mentioned in Hyderabad conference, and this one that it was huge. So, is there any role of those group registrations? Does it work?
Look, what works in registration is at the end of the day combination of what I told you. What doesn't work, I can tell you. And
Okay.
again, in learning from previous conference, that's why Indore was huge successful. I never allow industry to give do free registration. The moment you ask industry, we are giving 10, 20 free registration, they do all bluff. Your number may look on paper like Ahmedabad, sorry to say, Ahmedabad one conference where number was 1800, but hardly 500, 600 people were registered in reality. And that's why there was nobody in hall. So this is one very strong feedback I had told to people. You don't allow industry to register free. If industry want to register even 10, whatever amount they have sponsored,
They have to pay
for the registration. The moment they pay for registration, they respect that and then become genuine. Same thing I made Indore. Indore was around 2000, but people know how full things were there. Even 5 halls were full. Everywhere people were looking, people were attending. We did a lot of things in Indore, like we introduced first time breakfast. We gave importance to students so they can register. We gave them first priority to present their paper in Indore. That's where the concept of morning breakfast and morning free paper came. And now students feel privileged and they want to come and present the paper. And there was a time before that students were just thrown away in the corner somewhere, that nobody to attend that. Now we have given them a huge priority. So again, whomsoever you're targeting, you have to give them respect and priority. So group registration, all these are just bluff. You have to make a modest target, like for a national conference, any number above 1500 is decent. If the people who are coming, they want to attend. Any hall up to 3 to 5 is decent. 5 halls are decent if they want to attend. You need to target those people who want to learn, listen, and want to sit in the hall. What we don't do, And what I have done in both in Indore and both in Hyderabad, I took feedback from the people. And those feedback is there to learning to improve further. Despite whatever we did, I had a feedback from other conferences also, despite that, even a small point that we passed on to ISCCM. ISCCM doesn't have system to follow from previous conference. This should be placed like whatever conference happened, previous conference, the genuine feedback should come, live feedback should come, and that helps in keeping it better. That's how we will know, like that traditional talks doesn't work nowadays. If you don't engage audience, it doesn't work nowadays. If you are just copying and pasting the lecture, nobody is interested in listening to you. If you are just coming and doing monologue and going not even addressing the audience, nobody is interested in listening to you. People will be even sitting in the room and they will be busy on their mobile. It is now the responsibility of organization and all the speakers whom to invite. How to engage audience. And as long as you are not able to engage audience, your conference is not going to succeed.
So, having said that, Dr. Rajesh, what would be your approach that you want to engage people at the same time you want to cover up all the topics, you want to respect all the faculties, wishes to convey the communication what they want. At the same time, it should be interesting also. So, how all factors what should be the approach to consider everything?
So, if I have to say that in one word, for engaging somebody in our conversation, you have to ask them to respond. And even in 15-minute or 20-minute talk, if you can ask audience once that they become alert that we are being asked, so at least they are in toes to listen to you. That means you don't have to only talk. At least there should be live system during talk that you ask a question and everybody responds. That's the most important thing. Now coming to the how to design the talk. Now, if you're just simply designing thematic based talk or maybe whatever ways and thing, it doesn't work. First, you have to divide the session and go down. Morning when you are fresh, for 2 hours, 3 hours, you can have all important talks. After that, session should be plain discussion, debate, group discussion, demonstration. And in last session of evening where nobody is there, faculty feel frustrated, there is no listener, everybody has high lactate level. Best is to go for the hands-on training. And that's where I am doing a prototype model in Gorakhpur, where all these things I'm implementing, that in morning session we have kept only talk. Afternoon session we are just keeping only discussion, debate. Evening session we are keeping those sessions where people interact and learn, like hands-on training. We have merged the workshop hands-on with the conference first time. Along with that, we are doing some session like we never do, like ABG session, interactive, stewardship session, interactive. So all these things we are doing. So we are changing in model of delivery. Rather than delivering antibiotic stewardship as a debate, we are making 2-hour complete course interactive as a thing. So where 20, 30, 40 people are sitting and then 3-4 faculty was interactive. That will be more impact. So we have to change the model of delivery. And that model should be interactive, engaging, and didactic. If you are just asking the faculty, that means the faculties have now to learn to present themselves in the current time. Nobody is interested whatever written in, you find good talk in YouTube, you find best of the literature in Google and ChatGPT, better than what somebody write. All the journals are available. So everybody feels, why should I come to learn in conference when I know everything? Unless you create that awareness, no, you need to come because you will have a knowledge, but how to implement, how to link the wire together, how to reach to a decision. Unless you link together and make people feel, no, you need that kind of experience sharing, which you know, but no AI, no book, no journal can teach you. Till that, if you just copy and paste lecture, things are not going to succeed. So we have to change. So we have to change the way we set up our program. We have to change how we want to serve. Nowadays, time has come where we strongly need to say that we are not going to serve you lunch. Keep them on running, working lunch, give them snacks, give them continuous tea, coffee. Stop lunch, because That's another thing which is responsible for wasting a lot of time. After getting food, people get hyperglycemic, good sleep, and things disturb. So for 3 days, people have to come, take good breakfast, serve them good breakfast, and whole day let snacks, fruit, rolls be there running continuously as snacks, but don't give them a complete meal. Let them pick, eat, and attend the lecture. So that's another model which I'm experimenting in Gorakhpur and going to implement already. Students should be taken as those people who will attend. And as a society, we need to invest on them because we need to teach them also, they need to learn. So even we need to make a target, like like in Gorakhpur, we have made a target of around 200, 300 students will be coming. We are giving them complete residential package in just 10,000 with 3-day registration of conference, workshop, and double sharing room stay. So we should reach to a model where cost to cost, which is not, we may easily say students are getting 1 lakh rupees, why they cannot spend, but 1 lakh rupees they are getting, expenses also 1 lakh rupees, they are not saving anything. Nowadays we are living in a country where living even modestly, just simple life in a big city, 1 lakh rupees is nothing. A rental you are paying 25, 30,000 rupees for 2 bedroom. So people think in that direction, but that's not a right approach. And students are one people who are at least going to attend all the talks, they are going to learn, and they are going to be our future. So this focus has somewhere, we again focus this in Indore. We are focusing repeatedly. This focus has, that's why the reason we got the concept of morning paper presentation. So students get importance, and that's why there were 300 paper presented in Indore. That was highest and good number, and that's where the concept of this early morning presentation got implemented. I'm thankful for the subsequent leadership, at least they could pick that thing. So we have to think for delegates, whatever we are delivering, and these are some important points we have to keep in mind.
So I would take this opportunity to ask you, what about educational entertainment, in kind of a drama format, if you want to convey, because as far as I got the feedback, the 2 dramas, educational entertainment dramas that we did, even in national conferences, still I'm getting good feedback. What do you think? Is it a good approach?
No, it is definitely very good approach. So again, we have to, as I said, it's a movie. We need director, actor, actresses, and audience. So drama is also one way to present what we want. So whatever way you can do innovatively to transform the knowledge in reality, and that can impact and that somebody can learn and remember, is ideal way. Giving a talk for 30 minutes and person giving very high-fi talk, an audience doesn't need to understand anything, it's absolutely useless. Rather than taking a theme, simplifying thing, and delivering, at least a student learn and implement, is more important than listening any high-fi talk, which most of the people doesn't need it. So you have to know your audience, who are your audience, and design your talk according to that. Design your theme according to that. Design your lectures according to that. Even a speaker must know that who are the audience who are going to listen to them, and they need to prepare their talk accordingly. You cannot prepare same talk when the audience is intensivist, when audience is beginner, when audience is physician anesthetist, when audience is medical officer, when audience is nurses. Same topic will have a different presentation according to the audience. Most of the time I find that people don't understand this. Most of the time, most of the faculties don't take this thing in consideration. That's another thing. And that's where when we decide each topic, like what we are doing, I'm giving a repeated example, but I don't know how it will happen, but I'm very hopeful that Gorakhpur is going to be another one landmark for the people who are coming over there. That each topic we decided, we have put aims and objective and even case scenario, that how you will be presenting the things. We are going in that detail. So unless you become very specific, you will not get a specific result. And unless you become specific, get a specific result, you will not be able to impress people. So it's time for us to become very specific for everything.
So, and in the extension of the same, one small thing, nowadays, in-hall attendance. Yes, you had rightly, told what should be done for, to decrease the in-hall absence rather than, increasing attendance. But people blame it many a times that the number of halls are many. What do you think? Is it a right approach? We should decrease, or what should be the optimal parallel halls?
So again, it is defined. It is defined upon what is your target audience. Ideally, one hall can accommodate, we should target around 300 delegates. So if you are targeting 2000 delegates, 25% you can target like they will be outstander, all stalwarts. In specialty conference, in sub-specialty conference, 75% are stalwarts, like physician and all this. But in super specialty conference, people come, then attend. So if you have 1500 people as a delegates, at least you need 5 halls. Suppose you have 3000 delegates, like it happened in Hyderabad, we had 7 halls and still all halls were full.
Yes.
So it all depends upon how much delegates you are targeting, you are getting. Suppose you have 2500 delegates, and you should not be having any hall more than 300 delegates. Most of the time, you should target maximum 300. Somewhere down the line, time has come where we typically break the barrier between speaker and delegate. Let speaker come on audience. I'm doing again this experiment. I'm removing stage presentation completely from Gorakhpur. Because only one hall will have a stage, otherwise stage will be completely go out. So a speaker has to come in middle of the delegate audience to talk on every topic. We are putting TV all around, removing typical screen presentation. So we're doing a lot of things as an experimental model. So let us see how much. But that's what I have started thinking, that how I can make people, and when somebody is talking and you are all around, you have to be attending. Then you cannot afford to look away. When you will be attending, you will be asking questions. And we are asking everybody to at least ask 1 or 2 questions in your talk. Don't go for plain dialogue, plain monologue.
So I think as far as innovative approach is concerned, we witnessed the skill stations introduced during Hyderabad conference and continuing in Indore conference. It was a big hit. This kind of, whenever people want to go out of the hall, one hall, they may enter into other hall to have, practical session, hands-on session while the conference is ongoing. I think this kind of innovative approach always helps.
That's why I said there are a lot of, in critical care, there are a lot of area which can be converted into skill station, workshop and discussion, like ABC, like stewardship, oxygen stewardship, fluid stewardship, antibiotic stewardship. There are things, and that can cover a lot of topic which you don't need to keep as a lecture, or don't need to keep as a discussion. Then you have even research related topics, so many things which can be even complex, but that can be made lightened, that can become specific, and that one can understand if we change our approach how to present. But if we go typically by lecture, somebody copies and pastes. Here, the moment you ask any faculty to go among audience and talk, he has to change his body language. He need to be very confident. He need to know the subject, because it is not typically that things are running your laptop and kind of reading, and unless you master the subject, you will not be able to talk. And unless you master the subject and implement it on bedside, and along with that you input your own experience and knowledge, topic do not become unique. To make the unique, you need blend of knowledge, your understanding, implementation, experience, and then products comes out differently than typically copy and paste topic.
Even the delegate would be alert, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Yes, Raymond.
Yeah. No. I'm just getting a little scared to accept a faculty invitation from Dr. Rajesh. Just kidding. No, so I think he really hit the nail. The bottom line is learn to value and respect the time of the delegate and be absolutely innovative as possible. No 2 conferences should look alike, otherwise they start getting monotonous. But behind all this, I think there's a big giant a hurdle, obstacle, or whatsoever you can call it, the financial backup and logistics. So, what are your tricks and trade of getting a successful conference backed up by adequate finances? How do you suggest we do that?
So, Raymond, I have experience of collecting maximum money for ISCCM, and also I have experience of giving least amount of money to ISCCM. Both. Hyderabad, we touch totally to, if I expense of industry total collection, I say, officially it was collected around 10 CR and 5 CR industry is spent directly on the entertainment. Out of that one gala night, which we did, it costed us 3 CR. But it will never happen again. The Pritham team which came over there, we only paid to them 50 lakh rupees, but there were 8 superstars in that team. The audio visual which we got from them, it has got only 2 audiovisual system in India. One was in Chennai, one was in Ahmedabad. We got the system from Ahmedabad to Hyderabad. That system came in 2 trucks and costed us 20 lakh rupees. Just I'm giving you an example. Now coming to the financial issue, it depends upon which city, which place you are doing. If you are doing conference like Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, which is mega city, industry has a different budget. Industry gives you your personal relation also, but most important, how you behave with industry is very important. If your behavior and attitude with industry has been good and friendly, they go out of way to give money, and that's where we gave maximum money so far in the history of ISCCM in Hyderabad. Indore was a different thing. Indore, we collected least. If Indore, I have not put my personal resources on win, we could have even gone in negative. Indore, we just collected around 7 CR, which was least in the history of ISCCM. The reason being, Indore is not a mega city, is not a metro city, it's just a very small city. Industry was not ready to spend because industry spend on city, on the number of hospital, on number of people, ICUs over there. So there are different factors coming. Expenses in Indore were not less, even it was more. We had to only spend 20 lakh rupees only for the convenience of people for local, because there was not a single hotel where we put everybody, and everybody needed taxi continuously for 5 days. Just give an example. So industry have a budget for central conference. It depends upon cities to city where you are doing. It's very important how good the leadership who is doing conference, how good they are connected with industry or leadership relation. Even if you are not connected, if you are behaving good, giving time to industry will be happy to pay extra to you. But this is also we have learned from the different people attitude. If you show attitude to the industry that they are beggar rather than partner, then sometime they show their color, because now things have changed. You do not have an absolute say in ICU. Like few years ago, intensive said a lot of say in ICU in your hospital, but now you don't have say. Every hospital has its own formulary that is decided by the management. We have lost that prescription power. So the only way we can lure industry is telling them that these are the people who are coming from B town, C town, they are your future customer. Being well behaved with the industry, addressing their concern, being kind of becoming a uniformity. Like somebody paying more and staying backside, this used to happen, is absolutely non-acceptable. In Hyderabad and Indore, we ensured who paid more should always be staying ahead and better place than who paid less. If somebody paid less, he was close, and for some reason he wanted better space, so we made sure the people who have paid more are placed better than him. So that kind of unbiased approach, taking care of industry, like in both in Hyderabad and Indore, we took care. We did not ask any industry fellow not to eat. We gave them extra coupon to eat. In Indore, the air condition was not proposed, but in my personal thing, like for giving them comfort, we gave them tent with air condition. So all this thing gives you good return in future. When you treat them well, respect them well, they are happy to spend money because they have to spend some money as a CSR activity. They will spend. But to get that money, you have to give them little respect, little comfort, little time, talk to them well. Why I'm saying this? Because we have witnessed this in past, but people misbehave with a lot of industry whom they are not comfortable. That bias comes here. Your personal bias, you fight at your own level. But when industry is reaching to you as a society president or general secretary, you should not be biased to that. You should be treating them as they want to contribute with respect, as a dignity. Every person needs that respect and dignity. If we just maintain little bit of this, I can assure you that Chennai has a potential to collect at least 15 CR or more than that. That's what I feel like.
Okay, so one thing what you have made it clear, and you are repeating it again and again, that with the industries, you be friendly, you do not show your attitude. But the industries at one point of time, if they're doing business, because they are business, so they will look for returns. And when you're saying here that they
No,
really would
it is
like
a
to
wrong
invest.
concept. It is the wrong concept, Reshu, that industry
Okay.
looks for the return in national conference. I know head of lot of pharma industry who said this at central conference, we don't expect any return. We come here to showcase our presence in everybody's mind in a bigger way. We cannot expect that somebody is spending 15 lakh, 1 crore rupees in conference and one president and general secretary can give return. Nobody can. These are the words which I said is a feedback from top bosses, top owner of the pharmaceutical, who said that's what we expect from leadership, being polite, being respectful to us when we approach them. And approach respect was the reason there are few companies who stopped participating in critical care. That is another reason.
Okay. So it's a new thing which is coming up, like besides having a very good
industry at local level, they look. At state level, they look. But when it comes national conference, international conference, industry does CSR activity. They just want their brand and logo to be present in the conference. They are not looking from you any return.
Okay.
Okay. So one futuristic question, and maybe we should wind up with that. Dr. Rajesh, how do you fancy a conference 10 years from now? 10 years later. So what, 2035?
Role reversal is going to happen. Faculty's number are growing up. Faculty has to sit in audience. Delegates present their problem and faculty has to reply. That's one thing I can foresee and I am implementing in Gorakhpur.
Delegates presenting the problem and faculty sitting and addressing it.
Yeah, that's one
Awesome.
thing. That's one thing going on. People will come with a precise problem which they cannot sort by all the AI biomarkers and all these things which we have to sort. So things are going to become precise, specific, problem-oriented discussion, case-based discussion, individual-based discussion. Individual case will be discussed by, and learning will happen. Real learning from it. It's like that. We are not going to be futuristic. We are going to be in past, where we have learned most of the clinical skill on bedside. We are again creating that environment in Gorakhpur as a bedside teaching. We are creating a clinical round type of sessions. But so many things.
Wonderful.
So we are creating that thing. So if one word which I see will change, role reversal is going to happen to make the conference successful. People will come, present their work. An expert will have to answer how they will solve the question. And that's where things will change.
I think I am seeing the conferences now being held from 5-star to beneath the trees if we are going past, and that's probably the future. So having said that, how to decrease the cost in future?
Again, I tell you, that will that may not happen. It may happen. You can have a good auditorium, comfortable environment. I'm not saying 5-star. Rather than we should put like that. We want a comfortable, like Hyderabad. I said, like I was really impressed in Hyderabad the way the auditorium was maintained. The audio. That's what exactly we need. We don't need really 5-star. We need a comfortable environment we need a good audience, and we need good auditorium, good audio visual. One more thing, I just wanted to specify. We need to, once we have selected the venue, we need to be very, very careful about audio visuals. That become crux of our conference. When I was selecting vendors in both Indore and Hyderabad, I took with a checklist, and I even asked what will be the LED specification, what will be the luminance of your projector, what kind of a screen you are going to have, and there is standard defined. ISCCM should have a checklist of the audio visuals. Okay, what type of mic you need, what kind of screen you need, what kind of speakers you need. First time in Hyderabad, we introduced this radiant state like speakers, where one is speaker but sound was equally distributed. Before that, we had attended so many conferences, it was difficult to listen things. So, audio visual, to make the comfortable, should be top class, specified. If you don't specify, they are not going to give you the best product.
Yes, agreed.
Get best product, you need to specify. Then you get best product. And for that, you need to know that audio visual is the key component of your congress. You need to specify each and everything. How many mics you need, how many caller mic you need, how many slide rotator you need. Many places we go, if caller mics are not there. Many times the chairperson, delegates are just left without mic not working. So these things should be very small. Whatever they cost, they are key component. The audio visual should be given absolute top priority. It's engineering, it's progressing, it's changing. Gadgets are changing very fast, and we need to have most updated gadgets in our conferences to deliver the talks. Because if your audio visual is not good, whatever tam jam you do, it doesn't work.
So, if I would ask you, Dr. Mishra, to conclude, besides audiovisual, what you have said, one very, very important point. Besides that, maybe another 3 to 4 key components of a successful grand conference.
So apart from that, what we left is the one thing, evening. You need to have a very relaxing, intermingling evening with good food and definitely light music with a local flavor. You don't need if I compare between Hyderabad and previous conference and Indore, Hyderabad only one night we spent. We did not expend, somebody else spent on our behalf because they wanted to make it large. Otherwise, our previous night were very modest. First night we did all the program by doctors. They sang. Everybody enjoyed. Second night we had very simple, soothing music with dinner. Everybody enjoyed that ghazal and all these things. Third night was simply DJ, presidential night, simply DJ night. People enjoyed that. And fourth night we made huge grand. What I did in Indore, one of the things which I feel, the respect to the delegate component is not there. To implement that, one more thing I got in Indore was at least for faculties, I arrange them to sit and eat. Our Indian tradition is that when we respect somebody, we ask them to sit and we give them food to eat. Somewhere down the line, all these small traditions of India, ethnicity, local flavor, respecting people, if we just include little bit of the part, it becomes good. Nobody wants you to do an extravaganza. Nobody wants you to get superstar. They come, they take money, but nobody gets happy. Happiness runs when we talk to 10 people, entertain, listen to 1-2 good song. That's what all about people want. So keep the things low profile. That's what I decided in Indore. All 3 days, we kept very low profile. Even last day also, I did not get very big singer, but all 4 nights, people had a different feeling. What people need is good food. Yeah, make sure when you are keeping.
That means first is audiovisual, second is good food, third you are saying.
It's non-negotiable in India. If you are not giving good food, people will curse.
Good evenings.
And definitely good, entertaining, light evening. You don't need to make it very heavy. But whatever you arrange, well, whosoever is leadership, because that reflects leadership, he should make sure that it should be best version of it. Even if you are giving one portion of food, even if you are giving rice and curd, like in my life, I have eaten best curd rice in Indore. I have traveled to all part of South. Nobody can serve me that good curd rice which Indore has served all 4 days. But that I always say it very bluntly, and everybody accept that because whosoever took curd rice in Indore, they know what kind of they serve. Even if you serve, whatever you serve them with dignity, respect, and taste. Make it your own thing. As if you are like, if you keep yourself, if you are going as a delegate, if you are there, that if you are in that, so how you want respected. So make the evening light, entertaining. Don't spend too much of money. Keep a budget. Keep a very small budget. We don't need to extravagance. People are not come there to listen music. People have come there to enjoy the environment. In the environment is created by friends. A glass of water, good food, and 1 hour chit chat. That makes everybody happy. We don't need to do anything extravagant. The simple things makes your evening lightly and people feel happy. So the moment we start thinking that we want delegate to be happy 360-degree, then if we conclude good comfortable venue, not 5-star I'm saying, good scientific program, but do not try to show your knowledge. The program should be that so simplified that it delivers to the brain. That means you have changed the modality, you have make a hierarchy. Best thing in morning, then moderate thing in afternoon, lightest thing, interactive demonstration in evening. Change that model. Don't give them very heavy lunch. Let them have tea, coffee continuously going on. I don't know how much people will appreciate, but Gorakhpur, we are introducing one more concept. We are going to create a counter where if a smoker wants to smoke, they can go and smoke also. It's called chai sutta smoke. Not necessarily you do for everybody, but that kind of cultural thing, you can do the things for what people like. You want that. Because whoever to smoke, they have to go and smoke. Why do they need to go outside and buy a cigarette? How much is going to cost? Let somebody wants to come enjoy. You cannot stop smoking in one day. Just ask him. Same way, evening should be light-hearted, absolutely light music. Mainly again, keep tradition. Serve them food. Keep enough people to serve the food. Keep your food warm. It's not like that the food has been spread there. And if you have not specified, hotel will keep food and then leave it. We have seen it everywhere. Nobody bothers. You cannot even eat those food. So the moment you eat, oh, food is good, but not. If it is warm, good food, people eat. If it's a food is there, but it doesn't have essence, it doesn't have taste, nobody is interested. Nobody is hungry there for a food. People come for that feeling, and that feeling comes by presentation. That presentation comes when you specify. When you specify that when you are spending, and when you feel like that you are spending from your pocket, then you specify. So everything is linked together. So just about that, how good we are, just a custodian of society. How good we want to deliver to the delegate. And that is the face value of society. And that's what delegate remember. In this conference, we were treated like this and we got good. Just tell me one delegate who ever says, in this conference, I got this academic feast. What kind of extra academics you can make, except the changing delivery mode? But these small experiences of respect, love, togetherness, laugh, greeting each other, being together, makes the things more valuable than just focusing we are making out of the world scientific congress. You cannot make anything out of the world. At the end, last 10 years, nothing new has happened in critical care. We are just putting the things in different perspective. So don't ever think that you will make a scientific program that will make you congress. That has never happened and that will never happen. Things which make conference is the moment you start thinking that you have to take care of the delegate. You have to be in their shoes, how they are respected, and that can make difference.
Raymond, you can wind up. Let's go ahead and wind up.
Yeah. So the making of a conference, there's more than meets the eye, according to Dr. Rajesh, and it was really interesting, impressive, and enterprising above all. Listening to you, Dr. Rajesh. Thanks for your time. And thanks to my co-host over here, thanks to ISCCM, thanks to the leadership for this opportunity. In fact, for even requesting us to do this topic as a vodcast, completely non-scientific, although these are all simple things that were discussed today, which make a world of difference. And we are definitely moving towards in a more, see, when you have high impact journals publishing articles that say it's okay to be not okay, so I'm sure we are moving towards better and the best. And thanks a lot to our guest speaker of today. Thanks everyone for joining us in this podcast. Until we meet again, bye to everyone. See you.
Thanks
See you.
for the opportunity and good night. Take care.
See you.
Thank
See
you.
you. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.